Okay, I think we can start. Okay. So, ho! Welcome to our WarsawJS Meetup, number 133. This is the last meetup that we have before the end of this year. We are in Poland, so it's going to be celebrated as Christmas time. Also, this is why I have also this hat on my head. So, welcome to the meetup. As you know, we are streaming also. So, welcome to all those people who are on the other side of the internet. WarsawJS, as you know, is our local community for JavaScript professionals and enthusiasts. We meet each month. Usually it's the second Wednesday of the month. Today is an exception. Yeah, so for some reasons, yeah, we needed to move it to Tuesday, but normally it's on every second Wednesday. We focus on sharing our experiences, our knowledge about JavaScript and everything what is related to JavaScript, including frameworks, dev tools, servers, smart TVs, mobiles, databases, and many, many more. We have more than 10 years of experience in those meetups and over 200 events. You might think like, okay, more than 200 events, why that if this is the 133rd meetup? This is because we also organize other things, not only the meetups. We organize also workshops. We have also jams. We also have mentoring sessions. So whenever you would like to have, for example, a workshop, you're interested in some topic, and you would like to have a workshop, find people who would like to attend it, let us know also, and we will provide it for you. We also organize conferences, Conference.js, it's also one of the conferences. And the last one was the last year. The next one, most probably the next year. So stay tuned on it. We have also a blog with articles all about JavaScript world, of course. And if you want also that your article is going to be published there, let us know. If you would like to have a professional photo session also, let us know. We can also organize it before one of our meetups. And we have also a Discord server where you can also join and you can discuss topics all about JavaScript, programming, mentoring, whatever it's there. And if you would like to join us on Discord, this is the QR code. So if you're not on Discord with us, You can scan the code. I see some people scanning it right now, so welcome to our server. Woohoo! Yeah. Share it also with your friends, colleagues, yeah. You will find there for sure something interesting for you. And let's build it together as well. So, WarsawJS, our mission. Our mission, so WarsawJS exists to support both professional and novice software developers within the IT community. We intend to accelerate the education process by sharing our knowledge and experience here at Warsaw Meetups and also at our workshops, Discord channels, and so on. Although our community was established in Warsaw, we are now internationally renowned. This is largely thanks to our global network of members and sponsors. WarsawJS is basically for everyone, totally for everyone. We are proud to be able to provide a safe, friendly, and welcoming environment for all, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, ability, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or religion, or lack of thereof. Our policies are clearly defined and readily available. By complying with the Berlin Code of Conduct, we can contribute to its open source repository. We are open to all levels of IT understanding. Members who are new to the industry will have unlimited access to an extensive amount of practical experiences and advices. So basically, WarsawJS is for everyone, regardless of any things that are coming about your background, but also your level of understanding of JavaScript, programming, and whatever else is related to our skills. Let's speak about who is there in our team. Today, I'm your MC. I'm Martyna Skup. I would like... Ho, ho, ho! I would like to introduce two people without whom these events, these meetups would not be there. Those are Piotr Ziętara and Sasha Michałowska. Please. All those meetups are also it would be really very hard to provide those meetups without help of other people. And here are also our volunteers. Let's give the hands to Dowobek, Martyna, Piotr, Jakub, Kacper, Krzysztof, Kiela, and Agnieszka, Małgorzata, Krzysiek, Mehdi, and Martyna. Give them all a hand. If you would like also to join us and be one of our volunteers, if you, for example, like to make photo sessions also, or just would like to help us in our community, just scan the code. You can contact us on Discord. You can send us also an email. You can also, if you're scanning those codes, or if you go to our website, WarsawJS.com, you have there also the option to contact us. So let us know if you would like to be also one of our volunteers team. One of the very important things here is to share the knowledge. And this is something that you all can do. You can always come here to the stage. If there would be like a bigger stage or just in front of all the others, and give your talk. And as I said at the beginning, this is for everyone, for every level of your knowledge. So even if you're like a beginner level or junior level, or you're an expert, yeah, we would like to hear from you, from your experience, to share it with us. The thing is basically that if you learn something and you share the knowledge with others, you learn twice. Twice as better as if you would learn only by yourself. So please scan the code also. And if you feel that you would like to have a talk here, just contact us. Yeah, we are very, very welcome to be on the stage. Then, let's speak also about the sponsors, without whom these meetups are also, it would be very hard also to provide those meetups. So the sponsors are DataArt and Xfang, and our host for today is DataArt. Give them a hand. And I would like to introduce from DataArt, Daria, which will tell you a few things about DataArt.
Hi everyone, my name is Daria Markiewicz-Kraśko and I am PR manager at DataArt. And we are thrilled to host today's WarsawJS Meetup 133. And really excited to join this community as a partner for the event. And taking this opportunity, I'd like to share a little words about DataArt and what we do. So DataArt is a global software engineering firm that delivers breakthrough data, analytics and AI platforms for the world's most demanding organizations. As a partner for progress in the digital age, our world-class teams artfully design and create any solutions that generate immediate business value. And we are, let me, maybe, okay. So, sorry. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so maybe some facts about us, sorry. So we are on the market from 1997 and we have 6,000 consultants and engineers on board. And we working across industries. DataArt designs and scales Microsoft solutions that drive customer transformation. And we work in different areas like finance, insurance, retail and distribution, travel and hospitality, healthcare, life science, and media entertainment. And if you'd like to learn more about us and find some jobs possibilities, please visit our website, dataart.team. And we prepare something special for you, some funny quiz, we hope. So if you'd like to join to this quiz at the end of this meeting, please sign up for the quiz scanning this QR code. So thank you so much and have a nice evening. Please scan.
I'm waiting also for you all to scan the code. You can win some nice prizes, I think. The quiz is going to be taken a bit later on, but please sign up for it already. So we talk about our sponsors. Daria, thank you very much for telling us about DataArt, and thank you for hosting us as well. I would like to tell you also something about our partners, which are KMAC. Please give them a hand as well. JetBrains and Webellian. Two things about two of them. JetBrains, you know them from the IDEs that we are using. At today's talks, you can also ask questions after each talk, and the best question can win the 1 yearly how do you call it? Subscription, yeah, the license. Thank you. Yearly license for a JetBrains product. Thank you very much. And from Webellian, we have Ilias. And Ilias, yes, please come. He would like to say also a few words about Webellian.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Glad to meet you all. Glad to see the one I saw last time. My name is Ilyes. I'm from Webellian, and we are an IT consulting company who help other companies navigate through their digital transformation. I would like to thank WarsawJS, and we are proud partner of the event today, and also my team, Anya and Tomek, for the live stream of this event today. I will just tell a few words about Webellian. So we're a French-Polish company created like 13 years ago in Paris. Now we have our headquarters in Warsaw and in Tashkent. We provide other companies IT services such as cloud solution, AI integration. We do business analysis, business intelligence, but also outsourcing. We're currently expanding our reach, and we're looking for a new partner to collaborate with. So if ever you might be interested, don't hesitate to come to me later. I'll be glad to have a chat with you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Ilias. So coming from partners to what you can expect today. Our speakers for today are Daniil Volosiuk, who is going to speak about AI App Builder, deep dive into it. Szymon Chmal, who is going to speak about write once, test everywhere, cross-platform testing for React Native. Then we will have, most probably after the speak of Szymon, we will have a small break. Then we will have Anton Morozov on the stage, who is going to speak about the state of package managers. And then we will have also 3 lightning talks. One is from Michał Mickiewicz, what teaching others taught me. Then we will have Jolanta Piela, invitation for a JS come together in a new way. And Marta Szczepaniak, how to earn $11,000 in 20 hours. Yeah, so I think it's worth to stay to the end of our meetup. So let's go. I would like to introduce or welcome to the stage, Daniil. Please give him a hand. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
Hello, everyone. Nice. So, the first speech will be about Monday Vibe, AI App Builder. But before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Daniil. I'm a software engineer at Monday.com. I have around 5 years of experience and 1.5 years in Monday. And I'm a former member of Monday Vibe team, the theme of our talk. And currently I'm in marketplace team. And I have a lot of hobbies like snowboarding, diving, woodworking, squash, traveling, a lot of them. So today we'll talk about Monday Vibe, which is AI app builder tool using which you can build apps without any programming language knowledge and just the human words. And I had an opportunity to work on this project from the very beginning till the release. And I will share with you my own experience. How was it? What was the challenges? And the most important concepts you must know if you decide to build something similar. But before we start, let me give you a quick introduction into apps in Monday. So app, this is basically a way to extend built-in capabilities in Monday with something new. So you can add new features and places where which you can extend called app features. And we have in total around 40 different features, 40 different ways how you can extend Monday. And let me give you some example. So this is a typical Monday board, a list of contacts. And let's say you don't like this view, you want to display it, for example, as a Kanban view or somehow else. So you can create an app, and your board view feature will appear right here, and it could be anything. Or next example, if you open some item on the board, you can see this is the item card with all information about this item. So you can create a custom item view as well. And when it comes to building these apps, so first of all, you will need to get familiar with the documentation. You will need to know what is Monday Apps Framework, what is CLI, how to use SDKs, GraphQL API, and so on and so on. The second piece of information you will need is Developer Center in Monday. So you will need to go there, create a new app, set some basic information, set permissions, and so on and so on. And only after that, you'll be ready to start coding, start writing front-end code or back-end code or both, test your app, deploy, and that's it. So it's quite a long journey, and the most important that it's only available for developers. So a non-developer person will not be able to do it. But when it comes to Monday Vibe, well, you just need to write a prompt, and you will do everything I showed you. So let's generate some app. I will show you how it works. So this is Monday Vibe, and if I scroll down, here we'll have some examples. And I would like to build this example, because I just like it. This is organizational chart with a list of all employees in the company, and you will have a visual way to see how all employees are related to each other. So I will just click here, and it will populate the prompt. So it could be any text, but I will just use this text, for example. And it will be a board view feature, which I showed you before. So you can connect some specific board, but just for the sake of example, I will not choose any board, and I will let AI to generate this board for me. So I click build it, and magic starts. But magic takes 3 to 6 minutes to generate, so we will need to wait a bit. And in the meantime, I will get back to presentation, and we will start exploring how actually Monday Vibe works under the hood. And in the end, I will show you the result. So first thing first, the most important is the context which you provide to LLM. And as you might already know, there are two types of messages, human message and system message. So human message, this is provided by the user, what I just typed on the website. And it's usually very short and task specific. And system message on the other side is long, and it provides all foundational guidelines for AI to build the app. So one more example, this is a human message, and this is a system message. So it's quite big, almost 80,000 characters. So you can see this red arrow pointing to the scroll bar. And this is, by the way, a real system prompt of Monday Vibe. And basically, it consists of some general instructions, like who are you, what you should do, a list of available NPM packages AI is allowed to use in the generated code, a lot of different examples, code examples, guidelines, how to answer to the user, and so on and so on. But the most important, what is included in this system prompt, is how to output the generated code. So we are getting slowly to the second topic, code generation. So basically, you can just give instructions that you want to receive the output in a following format. So that I want to receive the code wrapped into a vibe code XML block, which will have a pointer, which will have a file block with a specific path to the file. Search block, which is empty for initial generation, which means that we want to replace the whole file with the new content. And the replace block is a new code, which will be inserted in this file. And when it comes to code fixes, all the same. Just in search block, it will be the old code. Replace block will be new code. So here you can see example how AI is trying to fix the file import. And after we get the response from LLM, so it comes in a pure string format. So first of all, you need to parse the string and find all these predefined XML elements. After that, you'll need to create files based on the generated code, put all the files in zip, upload the zip to Mandicode. Mandicode is our hosting solution where you can deploy your front-end code, back-end code. And after that, create a board view feature, which will be pointing to this deployment. And you might have a question, like why did we choose XML and not JSON, for example? Because JSON probably much more popular nowadays. Basically, just to make it simpler to AI, because AI will not need to escape symbols in XML format, so it means less chance of mistake, which is always good. And also, it might be a little bit easier to parse the response in a stream. When you're waiting for a response in a stream, you read character by character, and you can identify when some specific block starts. And also other AI builders, which you can find open source in internet. Most of them are using similar approach, maybe a little bit different names, but idea is the same. And the next thing is orchestrating LLM calls. So at some point, you will realize that you need to make multiple calls to LLM. For example, one to generate the app name, second one to generate the image, third one to generate the actual code of the app. And these calls might be optional or in parallel. And in between all of these calls, you also will need to do some additional actions. So all of that seems pretty complex, especially when you are on very early stages, when it's just MVP. So to help ourselves, we used LangGraph. So it's a framework. And in simple words, it's kind of a subway map where instead of chaining all the steps one by one, you create a graph. And each node in this graph represents some specific task. For example, a call to LLM or parsing the response, deploying the app. So some specific task. And edges in this graph decide which node will be next. We also have a state in this graph which travels between the nodes. and you can access the state and modify the state. We have loops, branches, we have checkpoints, so that if servers suddenly stop, you can continue generation from a checkpoint, and a lot of other interesting stuff. So you can learn more at the official LangGraph documentation. And this is the simplified schema how Monday Vibe graph looks like. So it starts with the optional node board creator. So in my case, I didn't select a board. So this node will create a new board for me and add some sample items. The next node is responsible for code generation. Then we have node responsible for parsing the response, summarizing the whole conversation in case it gets big and we are reaching the limits, generating the name of the app, generating the logo of the app. So this is very simplified. Besides that, if you are using LangGraph, you'll be able to use LangSmith. Yes, LangSmith tool, which is observability tool. So on the left side, you can see the traces of the graph, all the nodes which are executed within this graph, and how long it took to execute every step. And if a node is making a call to LLM, you will also see the name of the model which was used, how long it took to get the response. In the middle, you can see all the context of the LLM call, all system messages, human messages, and some additional information on the right side. For example, total number of tokens used in this specific LLM call. But on the other side, LangGraph is very abstract framework, and it might take you some time to learn it. And if you're trying to build a simple pet project, or you're not aiming to have an enterprise product, you can consider some other alternatives. For example, Axe LLM or iSpeak. Like I didn't use them, but I heard that they are simpler and also can do the job. And those are for TypeScript. If you're using Python, there will be much more options. But this is WarsawJS, so only JS and TypeScript. Also, I want to talk about challenges that we had during development. And the first one is tokens limit. So when you're making a call to LLM, the text is split into tokens, which is a single word or part of the word. And you have a limit of the total number of tokens in a single request. So if you're hitting this limit, you could consider splitting one single big LLM call into a couple smaller ones. Or you can try to summarize the whole conversation, or shorten the system prompt if you have 80,000 characters, or just use a different model, because different models have different limits. The second limit, and this one will be relevant to you when you release your AI app builder, and you will have some real users using your app at the same time. So it basically controls how many tokens you can consume, I would say, in a minute from all users. And if you're hitting this limit, you can consider just switching to a higher tier and pay more money, get more limits. Or you can even contact a support and ask to give higher limits specifically for your use case. And this is, by the way, what we did. And you can also try to implement retries, add the queuing system. Queuing system it's a whole different topic. So just a quick glance about that. You can basically count on your side how many tokens your requests, like estimate how many tokens your request will be consuming and count it on your side. And based on that, put some calls in the queue, and when the token is released, you will take this call from the queue and send it to model provider. So we also implemented something similar. And another option is just to switch to different model provider if when you're hitting the limit, like a fallback. And when it comes to choosing the model, we didn't train our own model. We used what is available in the market, just to not waste a lot of time for that. And I can say that there are two types of models, fast and cheap models, which are good for some simple tasks like generate the app name or just continue conversation with the user in the chat. And slow, expensive, but accurate models, which are really nice for code generation when you don't want AI to make a lot of mistakes. And those models are updating quite fast. So it's, as the slide is already not up to date. So yeah, always check official websites of model providers. But basically we used Claude and Gemini. And the last fun fact, how to output the response of how to output the generated code with LLM. And we chose that our generated code will be TypeScript. Of course, it's better than JavaScript. But we started getting errors during the generation. So users were not able to generate apps due to TypeScript errors. So we tried to make TypeScript rules less strict. We tried to add additional steps that will fix these TypeScript errors, like in additional LLM call. We added some retries. We even considered making some to ignore some of the TypeScript errors, because in the end it still will be a JavaScript and executed by the JavaScript engine, which is much more forgivable. But all of that didn't really have a big impact, and we already spent a lot of time for that. And it was just MVP, you need to move fast. So we just gave up and switched to JavaScript. Okay, so demo time. Let's see what AI generated for us. I hope it works this time. So first of all, I will probably make it. Oh, it's big enough, right? So first of all, it generated this table for us. So all columns here and all records are generated. So I asked for employee kind of directory. So it created a table of employees. And this is the generated app. So everything in this square is generated. You can see a list of developers, and you can click on some of them. Yeah. So maybe not the best example. Some other generations gave me kind of a tree view where you have a CTO at the top and kind of branches going down. But overall, that's the AI. You can filter, search. So it's working up. And I want to finish my presentation with this quote of the team lead of Monday Vibe, Yoni Breslaver. Start simple, make it simple for LLM. Like start with a simple system prompt. Do not make 80,000 prompts. Only if you need it and if you see that it will help you. And also do not give more than one task to LLM, like do one by one. That's it. So we can, by scanning this QR code, you can get this presentation and go over slides again. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, for your presentation and for what you just showed us. And now is the time for questions.
Yeah, thanks for a great talk. Really interesting. It's this time of the year with the presents, and yeah, thanks for another one. This
Thank
AI
you,
generator. Yeah, just curious, is there some kind of feedback loop where if something goes wrong or the agent knows that you didn't fill some gaps in your prompts, will it ask you back? And if it does, how you implemented it?
Yeah, like if on the very early stages when you try to type something here, which is not enough to build a good app, we have one additional node which will just answer you and ask follow-up questions so that AI knows what exactly you want to build.
It takes your sorry. It's okay. And it takes the context of Monday.com API into account as well, right? So
yeah. So inside of these apps, you can access all Monday API. You can create items. You can. So this example didn't have any like actions, but you can create apps which will add items to your board and basically access the whole Monday API. Yep. Yes.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Hey, very nice.
Hi.
Thank you. So do you have any sorts of mechanisms for isolating the code that's being generated by the LLM? So let's say if I generate a code that will run rmrf on the root directory of the server, will that work or not?
Probably not. So, but not 100%. The app is wrapped into iframe, and the same wrapper is used in Monday. We have a marketplace, so any developer from outside can come and build an app. So by default, we cannot trust them. So we already have this infrastructure built, which wraps this app in iframe, and also there are permissions for all apps. So apps cannot do more than you will allow.
Okay. Okay. So this is only making the client side. There's no server side,
right? For now, yes. We focused on the most understandable and clear for users feature, but there are much more features. Like as I showed, around 40 different features. So yes, this is the way where we will improve in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How do you determine which model should be used for each task?
So basically, as I said, there are, I think we only using 2 different models, not including like fallbacks. One is fast and cheap model for generating the app name and also answering to the user in the chat, like here, this response is from the fast and cheap model. For example, Gemini 2.5 Flash, if I'm not mistaken. And for code generation for this app is using expensive and accurate models and with a syncing mechanism. So it takes longer, but it gives a better result.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the talk.
Hi, thank you.
what do you use to make a chat experience? The section on the left, essentially.
What do you mean on the UI?
Yeah, on your front-end app, basically. So, what is included in that chat when you type a message and when you receive a response there?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but we use the React on the front-end side. And here, basically, you can only send messages. If you see that something is broken in the app or you want to add more functionalities, so you just type here, please fix this or please add this, and it will regenerate.
Is it some sort of library that allows you to integrate streaming in that and like fancy tool calling?
No. It's not a library. It's like built by us. It's not extendable, not flexible.
Can you send one message?
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I will type that I wanna see a tree view. Yeah, good idea. And the subsequent regenerations are faster. So it should be under 1 minute. I don't know if you have enough time, we can wait or.
No, I get it. I was just interested if that has streaming. So if the text is appearing, it does have a streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But this one actually is fake stream for now. So we basically waited for the whole response and then on the UI we faked. But this is because it was not a high priority feature, but we'll support it in the future definitely.
Do we have any questions from the streaming? No. Okay. The last question.
Yeah. Hi, thank you for the presentation. I have a question. How? The LLM created an app, and how to export this app or deploy, and how to use this?
Basically there is a publish button on the top. So you can, if you purchase a subscription, you'll be able to publish it. Or you can just click this button. It will, we just need to wait until it finishes generation. And it will open a real like monday.com with this app and you can use it. Yeah, so this view is just a preview. Okay.
Thank you, Daniel, very much for your presentation and all the answers to the questions. I have a question to you.
Yep.
Which of the questions was the best one so that the person can win the yearly license of JetBrains?
Oh, that's
it's a tough question, I guess.
Yeah. Could you please remind what was your question? No.
Yeah, it was about isolating the code, but you answered that.
Yeah, I think it's quite a good question. So I pick you.
Nice.
Okay, it failed, but we don't have any more time.
If you have any other questions, you can always come to Daniel in the break and speak with him about this topic. Thank you, Daniel, again. Yeah, give him an applause for a great talk.
Thank you.
And now I would like to invite Szymon on the stage. He's going to speak about testing in React Native. Yeah.
Yep, I need a second to have my setup ready. But in a minute, we should see the screen, okay? And when I click play, I should see, yep. Okay, so everything is working. I don't need that. Okay, so do you hear me well? Because, yeah, okay, because for me, it's weird. Like I hear myself on the left side or right side. It's a bit weird, but we'll manage. So welcome. I'm super happy to be here at Warsaw at WarsawJS. So my topic is about cross-platform testing in React Native. But this topic will, let's say in the middle, change a little bit because we are going to explore something totally new, a new approach to testing in React Native, which doesn't really involve like existing solutions, but instead we will use something brand new. So before we start, I want to say a couple of words about myself. So I'm Simon. I'm from Toruń, so the city of gingerbread and Nicholas Copernicus. I'm currently working at Callstack Incubator, which is basically an internal team of people messing with technology, basically. So our job is to try to push React Native as much as possible in the future, create new tools, new libraries. For example, right now I'm working on providing a way to create live activities. You see on your iOS devices these notifications-like things in visible at lock screens. So yeah, I'm working on making it possible to use JSX, so basically use React Native to develop them. And if you want to be up to date with my research, with my findings, with my libraries, you can follow me at GitHub, and the second link is for X. So without further ado, let's start with the topic. So if you are a React Native developer, you know that testing is not easy for us. Why? Because we are in this weird world when we write our apps with JavaScript, and we can use JavaScript-based tools for testing, like Jest, for example. But on the other hand, we have those like end-to-end testing solutions which are capable of testing our apps from the perspective of an end user. So basically, we are simulating user, going through our app, pressing buttons, writing stuff into inputs. And both ways have their own advantages and disadvantages. So let's start with JavaScript-based testing. So this is pretty much something you all, not even React Native developers, but you all as JavaScript developers have probably experience with, because I guess you all write tests, right? And you all use, for example, vtest or Jest or I know Jasmine or whatever, Karma, for example. Do you remember Karma? It was like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But yeah, you need testing via Jest, for example. It's super fast, under milliseconds. What else? Great developer experience because you are using JavaScript to write tests. You have before each, describe after each, so effects are easy to be handled. You can spy, you can mock, well, you can do pretty much everything. But the problem is those kind of tests run in Node.js, so you cannot really, for example, in case of React Native, you cannot access native views. They are not there. Everything is emulated. So for example, if you have your component and you have, for example, a second component visible above it, and you make a mistake. So the view above it is obscuring the underneath view. So you cannot press it in practice. But in this kind of test, it will work because there is no layouting. There is no event-based, no gestures system. Like you cannot really test gestures. But on the other side of the world, we have end-to-end testing tools, which are super great, super fun, but on their side, we are not testing our components. We are not testing our functions. We are not testing our modules. We are testing the app. So first of all, we need to switch our mind to basically, we should write those tests from the perspective of an end user. So user opens our app, goes through some screens, presses on some buttons, and some information is supposed to be shown to this end user. Which is okay for testing the apps. But for example, if we are writing a single component or we are writing a single function, or for example, we are creating a native module for React Native, this kind of tests are not like pleasant to work with because we have no app. This is a module. So we need to create the app. Plus, those kind of tests run in real environment. So you need to run emulator, you need to build the app, you need to like put all the UI elements on the screen, you need to press them. So basically, it's not the best experience for us as developers of, for example, native modules. But we as React Native developers, we kind of learn how to deal with it. So we are using both JavaScript-based testing and end-to-end testing in different scenarios. So if you are writing some like components, like simple components, we can use JavaScript-based testing for asserting that certain props work correctly, for example. They usually run locally because they are fast, and obviously we are writing them, right? We are all writing unit tests, right? Yes, sir. Yep. Yes. So always, that's the best. Yep. So yeah, developers are writing those. But on the other side of hand, we have those end-to-end testing tools, end-to-end tests, which are slow, which usually take about 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, even a whole night in some cases. So usually when we have end-to-end testing suites, we run them in CI/CD nightly, so they can basically take the whole night, and in the morning we can see that, oh, it failed for some reason. And usually we are not writing them as developers. They are written by special QA engineers which know what they are doing and what to, for example, assert on the screens. But like I teased in the beginning of the presentation, this talk is not really about unit testing and not about end-to-end testing. Because there's a third way, which allows you to kind of get the best of the two worlds. Best of JavaScript-based testing and best of end-to-end testing. So my question is, and I don't expect many hands to be risen, but have you ever written a React Native module? Single? All right. But I guess many of you seen React Native and use it, right? So you know that if you write a React Native application, you need to install certain native modules, and usually this is a pain. And writing a native module and testing it is also a pain. So do you know this guy? Have you ever used React Native MMKV or React Native Nitro modules or React Native Vision Camera or some more like Nitro modules? So this is Mark Rusavi. He's well known in React Native community for, well, creating a lot of fun libraries to play with. And he knows the pain. He knows that you need to create an example app, you need to fake some UI elements in order to be able to interact with your native module and test it. So his approach is that, or like everyone approach is that, first, if you are creating a native module, you need to learn new tools because you usually don't write end-to-end tests. So you need to learn, for example, Maestro or Appium or Detox or whatever else you use for end-to-end testing. You need to learn new DSL, new way to write tests. For example, Maestro uses JAML, so this is totally a new thing. You cannot use JavaScript. And then in the end, you need to create this example app, which will allow you to fake your native module being used in some existing application. So for example, in Maestro, we are building something like this. So in case of MMKV, this is basically a key value store. So we need to write into the store and get the same value from the store. So on the left side, you see basically Maestro scenario for doing exactly that. You need to find an input. You need to put something in the input. You need to tap on something which will basically, under the hood, call the save method on MMKV instance. Then you need to click the second button to read from the MMKV instance, and then you need to assert that something is visible so that our WarsawJS input was really written to MMKV and was really retrieved from MMKV. And this all for the single function and single case. And this is not really a good experience of native developer because we are trying to use tools built for QA engineers. We are basically trying to test our functions, low-level functions, low-level modules, libraries, which are supposed to be used by developers from the perspective of simple users, which is not great because like the main principle of testing is that we should test our code from the perspective of an end user. And in our case, end users are developers. So we should be testing our code from the perspective of a developer. And how our developer uses our code? By executing functions in the JavaScript. So it would be great to use JavaScript to write those tests, because that's the way how our, let's say, clients or consumers or users in general will use our libraries. So that's why I created Harness, or React Native Harness, which is basically a way or a try of mixing best advantages, best details, best features of Jest-based testing, JavaScript testing, and end-to-end testing. So the result is something like this. If you know Jest, if you know vtest, you know that this is basically a Jest test, but the difference is that the import statement is coming from React Native Harness. Describe is here, before it is here, it is here, expect is here, and matchers such as to be are also here. And if you run npx React Native Harness with your emulator running in the background and your app ready, you will see that basically the app will be running in a second, and yep, you will see the splash. But under the hood, your JavaScript written tests are being run on a real device. So you can, for example, run them on an emulator like this in your CI/CD locally, or you can use a physical device if you have it connected, for example, via ADB to your machine. So React Native Harness, like I said multiple times, is trying to get best of both worlds. So it gives you tests with full native access to any module, to like a full React Native environment in a real device, basically. So layouting is here. You can use different native modules. You can, for example, interact with the operating system, but still you don't need any UI automation. It's just JavaScript and works. Internally, it uses Jest, so we get the same CLI experience as with Jest. All the reporters work just fine. Code coverage works just fine. And the only bad thing is that you still need to build the app, because that's something like even native developers writing native modules need to build their code. That's something we cannot really omit in any way. So how Harness works under the hood, if you're interested in. So now deep dive into how Harness works. First of all, if you know how React Native applications are being made, you know that there is a Metro bundler used in them, which is basically Facebook's equivalent of Webpack or Vite or whatever, or Parcel, for example, if you have ever used Parcel. So Harness uses Metro to basically bundle your tests. So from the perspective of Metro, tests are being converted into JavaScript code that's basically consumable from the perspective of a JavaScript engine working on a real device. And then when you start running tests via Harness, it basically tries to hijack your app. So if your app is starting, it's asking Metro for the index.js file for the entry point, and Harness is like, no, this is not the file. You need to use mine. And basically, a runtime JavaScript code of Harness is being injected into your app shell. So the native code is the same, but runtime is totally different. And then at the end, when all tests are done, all like errors are written in the memory, then runtime can pass this information back to the CLI for reporting and further work. So in order to run Harness, if you decide that this is the day I want to use Harness in my app, the first thing you have to do is to create a config file. I think runners are pretty much self-explanatory, but when it comes to entry point and app registry component name, it's not that's, let's say, simple to understand what's exactly the meaning of them. So entry point is basically a path to your index.js file. It's usually index.js file. It can be different. For example, if you use Expo and Expo router, it will be Expo router. In case of Expo, you have package.json. In package.json, you have main property. This is usually the main property. The second thing is the name of your app. If you have ever built React Native application, you know that you usually call app registry.register component with a name and component. So this is basically the name you provide. Why? Because Harness needs to know which what's the name expected by the native code, so it can basically inject itself into the place of a real app. And then when it comes to runners, we have Android platform and Apple platform. So basically 2 operating systems. Harness also supports Vega OS, the new OS by Amazon, used in their Fire Sticks, I guess. And the plan is to also introduce web at some point, so you will be able to test your components, for example, and your code in all the basically all platforms available for React Native today. And of course, you can see that as a device I'm providing Android emulator and Apple simulator, but there's nothing stopping you from using Android device and providing the name of a device. So if you have it connected to your PC or MacBook via ADB, Harness will basically communicate with this device and run your tests on a real device. The second part you need to do is basically instruct Jest that you have Harness tests in your config, in your project, so it will not try to run them. Because Jest is, I don't want to say stupid, but it basically takes everything that's ending with test.js and it tries to run it. So we need to say that, okay, we have those harness.js files, and those files are supposed to be run via Harness. So that's why we are providing a second project with a second preset coming from React Native Harness, providing the glob pattern to Harness. And the nicest part is that with the knowledge of how to write tests in Jest, you know how to write tests in Harness. Because you know how to use test, describe it, it.each, it.skip, it.only. Everything is working the same way in Harness. All the lifecycle helpers are working just fine. So before all, before each, after all, after each, you can use them just like in Jest. Matchers are also the same. You can use the same matchers. They work in the same way. Basically, under the hood, Harness uses vtests implementation of matchers. So everything that works in vtest will work in Harness. And when it comes to mocking, it's a little bit limited because Metro is different than Webpack, for example, and certain features of mocking needs to interact with the module system of a platform. But you can spy on things and assert that certain functions were called with certain values. Plus, you can also mock modules. So if for some reason you want to mock something out, you don't want to allow your module to, for example, display some overlays like asking for permissions, for example. So you can mock the permission module out and just place something like promise resolved, and that's it. So getting back to Mark Rusavi, the story is that I needed a real life example to test this thing out. Because, okay, it worked in my closed source, super easy, super simple examples, but I needed confirmation that it can be run in practice. So I took React Native MMKV, I implemented Harness in it, then I asked LLM, hey, friend, can you generate 20 tests about writing to MMKV and reading from it? Please use Harness. And it created tests. I ran them, 2 failed. There were 2 bugs in MMKV, which were never found up until this moment because, well, the scenario for testing in MMKV was like, I need to save something, I need to read something, it should be the same. And that's pretty much it. But with Harness, we could introduce tests like, if I try to write a value to a key that's empty string, it should fail. And it didn't. Like, it tried to save, it didn't succeed, but still there would be no exception thrown. So from the perspective of an end user, it would seem that the key was successfully saved, but in reality it was not. So hardness is working in React Native MMKV to this day, and from what I heard from Mark, he's really happy with the experience. So that's probably the best way to make you use hardness in your projects. But I know that testing native modules is not something everyone will do. Not everyone is writing native modules. Sometimes people are just writing components. And like I said before, when you write components in React Native and you try to test them via Jest, you have no layouting in place. You have no gesture system in place. So even though your tests succeed at the first glance, in practice, it may be that they are not clickable, for example, because there are some layouting issues, some gesture system issues. So in the future, hardness is supposed to also handle component-based testing. So you will be able to test, like to render a single component. I think it's not looped. Okay, so if you watched closely, there was a component shown in the center of the simulator. And via hardness, you could basically simulate presses, simulate gestures, swipes, scrolling. You could wait for some element to be visible, or after it's not visible after some time. So basically, everything you could do with React Native testing library will be soon possible via hardness in a real environment. This particular example was showing up the snapshotting feature. So technically, hardness can take snapshots, take images of your components, and compare them with previous runs, so there's no visual regression involved. So finishing up, I want to thank you, Mark Grusai, for sure, for letting me play with hardness in React Native MMKV, and I broke several things along the way, so it was nice from him to not, like, I know, throw me out of the repository. And obviously, thank you to Mike Grabowski, the CTO at ColdStack, for letting me work on hardness, because I'm doing it like it's my job, day-to-day job, to work on open source. So thank you, Mark, for letting me work on hardness. So if you want to run hardness, if you want to play with hardness today, you can scan the QR code, you can write down the URL. You will find all the necessary information in here. We've also ready-to-use recipes for CI/CD in GitHub Actions. If you have any issues, there's a Discord link. I'm here to help you, so don't be afraid to reach out to me. Obviously, you can see my social accounts again. And that's pretty much it. I have my fingers crossed that starting from now, if you don't write tests in Jest, because I know not everyone writes them, I'm not a fool. I know how it is. Maybe you will use hardness, so you will be sure that in practice, your components, your modules work like they are expected to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Shimon, for your talk. And it looks like it's really worthy to start using hardness, or at least to try it out. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yeah? Just checking if... This guy. I know, yeah. You were first. So.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for an interesting talk. I think I've seen you on the React Nation or something. From
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. So just curious, how well hardness is suitable for a scenario, let's say, when the tests help you to write the feature? I'll give a little bit more of a context. We used to have a project based on Cypress where we wrote tests along with the functionality. It was like a preview thing. Let's say you need to click 3 things to open a specific view, which has some specific data, and then the test you write along with the feature, And so the watcher restarts everything and then just do the assertion, and you get the immediate feedback. And only those tests kind of stay. So the question is like, how fast is the refresh on watch? And do you watch also changes in related both tests as well as modules? And the second is there some way to kind of have the proxy on HTTP level, like in Cypress? I don't know if you were like, because ideally you want to do proxies not on your code level, but somewhere else. And yeah, just curious if there is something.
Yeah, so starting with the watch mode, it will restart tests on both cases. So if you edit your app files, it will restart. If you edit your test files, it will restart. And as long as you don't need any changes in the native code, it's basically like just. So the app is basically closed, started again, the test is being run, and then it waits for another run. Basically, if you change something, it will start over. If you need to test, if you need to change something in the native code, then it's a bit more complicated because you need to rebuild. So, sorry, that's the how it is right now, and we can't really do anything about it. So that's the first one. The second one about doing some kind of like HTTP interception, I guess, something like that. Right now it's not supported. Technically, you can do the same thing on the JS level, on the device side, because in React Native, there is this like hidden feature in the code that if you import some cryptic constant module from cryptic React Native / something something / something, you will be able to intercept all the calls happening.
From test. The thing is that in test, you kind of provide the mocks and then you verify with the test. That's the
Technically, right now it's not included in harness, but technically it's achievable without like going to run some proxy server in Node.js, because like I said, you have this like hidden React Native thing which allows you to intercept calls. So like for example, React mock service worker, that was the name of the library, MSW. Yeah. So in React Native, it's using basically this hidden thing I'm describing. I think it's interception, something like HTTP interceptor, something like that. So technically, you can use it yourself in your tests to basically write responses. Yep.
All right. So you mentioned a couple of times between. So it is. You said. I think you said it is a custom jest runner. However, you are using the matching APIs from Vitest. So what? My question is, what is actually under the hood? Is it jest or is it Vitest? And if it's jest, why not Vitest?
It's complicated. It's complicated because the first idea was obviously to basically reuse everything that's already there. So reuse jest, test collection mechanism. So all the implementation for describe, test, before each yada, yada, yada. The problem is that certain functions in jest assert they are running in Node.js. They import from Node.js packages, which are obviously not present in React Native. So I couldn't do that. So then I realized that, okay, I can provide a jest runner, a custom jest runner. And if you write your custom jest runner, it's up to you to run tests. It's up to you to collect tests from your files. So basically, I rewritten the whole like front-end API. So all the APIs for describes, before each, before all. So I gather all the information I need, and then I pass the information back to the CLI. I'm starting to execute test named something, something, something. Oh, it failed with this error, or it passed. And then CLI is able to basically display this information. So I couldn't use what's already there because it's depending on Node.js. I had to rewrite it from scratch to be able to run it in React Native.
Okay, so it is jest under the hood, not Vitest, ultimately.
It's just, right.
Okay.
But parts of like implementation, because initially I started to rewrite matchers by myself. And then I realized there are like 200 of them, which is not really a maintainable thing for a single person. So then I realized there's Vitest, and Vitest has 100% compatibility with Jest. And it turns out that Vitest is not dependent on Node.js at all. So that's why I'm using Vitest, basically.
Okay, so matchers from Vitest.
Matchers from Vitest,
okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
Expect from Vitest, and I think, yep, that's it.
Thank you.
So just to clarify, Jest is a test orchestrator in your case. So
Yep.
the actual tests run somewhere else.
Basically, in my case, it's more about find the test files user wants to run, give me this information, and I will run them, and I will pass you the results, and it's up to you to decide what to do with them, how to report them to the end user. So it's a nice feature because previously there was a custom CLI, and then I started implementing everything from scratch. So all the reporters from scratch. And it was pain, basically, because there are so many of them. So then I realized that I can reuse existing infrastructure for Jest. So that's why Jest is used under the hood. So you can, for example, use some HTML reporters because they basically work, because I give the same model for test results as Jest expects. So that's why Jest is under the hood. Technically, Vitess could be also used because it also allows you to write your custom runners, but for React Native developers, it's usually just the first runner. Please.
Do we have any questions from the streaming? No. One last short question.
I will be around, so you can always talk to me later.
Okay, this question is about entry point, Metro bundle entry point replacement.
Yep.
So you have shown us that we can write JavaScript tests for React Native apps. Do you think, would it be possible to instrument bundled code in such a way that we would be wrapping native elements, or even somehow we would be intercepting handling events, so that by observing what the user is doing, we would be automatically creating tests, like a sequence of movements on specific elements? You know what I mean? Would it be possible?
Basically, recording all the interactions and
recreating, creating tests based on user interaction.
Okay, this is something like, I think Maestro has this feature in it, so you can record, go through the app, and then play it and answer certain things. When it comes to hardness, the idea is to not try to replace Maestro. Maestro is doing a great job at end-to-end testing. So hardness, it's supposed to be like super minimal solution for components, for example. For some small elements of your app, you usually don't test during end-to-end testing because they are too small. So like components, for example, when you need to test some native interactions with them, hardness will be a total match because you are not testing the app. You are testing this single, like simple, let's say, button, for example. So I guess such recording will be not needed because the scenario will be short. But technically, I think there is nothing stopping me from like hijacking all the gesture events. Okay, it's a little bit complicated because then we have like React Native gesture handler, which is basically a secondary gesture system for React Native. But technically, to some degree, it should be possible.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's give a hand also to Shimon for a great presentation, great talk.
If you're about to ask which question was the best,
Yes.
I don't know.
Please choose one. Yeah.
Maybe the better question is if anyone is interested in having like JetBrains license.
It's then up to you. Yeah.
So
To
is
whom
there anyone interested in having?
No one wants the JetBrains license. Anyone? No one?
So we have the person.
Anyone? Okay. Thank you very much. round of talks. We are going to have like half an hour for pizza. The pizza is in the main kitchen, so basically you go outside and then to the right. We meet at 8:30, more or less.
Yeah, you were.
Mic test. Is it fine? Yeah. Okay. Welcome back after our break to our 133rd meetup of WarsawJS. Welcome back. Do you have the energy to listen to the other? Yay! Woohoo! Nice. Super, super. So, I hope you had a very good pizza eaten, maybe some coffee, tea, and so on. And now it's the time to hear something about the package management, if I remember well. Managers, yeah, package managers, sorry. Welcome Anton to the stage.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Nice to see that exactly half is left. Can I attach it to my shirt? How do you hear me? No? Fine, fine. I will just keep it in my mouth. So, yeah, we're going to talk about package managers, the tools that we are using to integrate third-party libraries seamlessly to our applications. What I want to cover here is, first, I would love to run a poll and see what our audience is using. It will be a nice data set to see, like, it will represent Poland, let's say that. I will dig into nowadays modern solutions that people are using, and I will try to cover some technical details about them and how they differ from one another. I will run a live benchmark so you can see yourself the speed comparisons of them, and I will talk a bit about migration, what does and does not make sense for me subjectively, but you may find it's interesting. As I said, I would love to start with a poll. Let's try this out. It would be nice if you can scan this QR code and answer the question of which package manager you are using primarily. Do job for your own projects, whatever you like. Okay, it works, which is nice because I didn't expect that. I expect NPM to win, obviously. I hope many of you have heard of other options, which I will be discussing throughout. Yarn is out for a reason. Pretend that other option is Yarn, because I don't know any other that is in view. So, okay. I was expecting two results. I was obviously expecting that people are primarily using NPM still, but I was also not expecting other thing to take second place. And by, I guess by other, you really use Yarn, which I'm disappointed at. All right. Raise your hand if you use Yarn. Use right now. Okay. Okay. It's not that many. Who are these people then? All right. Maybe I was hijacked or something. Okay. So the result is clear. The NPM is clearly a winner. I'm not surprised of that. I like to see that many of you are using PNPM and hopefully like the results of that. I see that some people actually use Bun, which is also cool, I guess, too, because I saw the sticker on your laptop with the Bun. Yeah. If you work there, you can take the reference for me.
I got stickers.
No, I'm not interested in stickers in particular, but thank you. So, on a very base level, I probably think many of you know what Package Manager does, but on a base level, It reads your package.json file where you declare the libraries that you are planning to use in your code, that you're planning to import and take advances from them. It makes a dependency graph, which is basically a tree. It has your project at the root. Then it has the dependencies that you declared in package.json. Then it has, on a lower level, the dependencies of the dependencies that you included in package.json, and so on and so on. Then it downloads these packages, and then it constructs the node module folder from which you actually import the code. But that's the main idea. It also provides some useful API stuff through commands, so you can operate with these packages. You can analyze them. You can do some crazy stuff about workspaces or monorepos, so to say. Let's start covering each of popular options one by one. First one, we've got NPM, which is obviously a king among all the package managers. Everyone knows NPM, in parts because NPM goes out of the box by default when you install Node.js runtime. NPM is clearly very mature. It has a good covered documentation and many contributors in the open source space. But honestly, in comparison to competitors, NPM is freaking slow, and NPM is not very space efficient. So I've got a pointer here. It works. Each of these properties will be covered for each subsequent package manager that I will cover. First of them is it basically presents what node module structure the package manager produces. And in the case of NPM, it produces a flat layout, which I will cover what it means in just a minute. The second property explains the storage strategy. And this one is fairly easy. NPM works like that. If you've got 5 projects on your machine, each of them is using React, let's say, then NPM will download React in each project. So the React code will be in 5 different places, but like the files, the code is the same. That's how NPM works. It just downloads, it just makes a node modules folder for each project that you have. And the last property is honestly just a subjective one, how I feel about NPM. And for that, I drew a RPG-like character here. For me, it's an old mage. It's like wise, well-known, people admire him. But he's old, he's like, grandpa, go to bed. I mostly covered all the pros and cons. Once again, what's nice is that NPM goes out of the box. I don't know if that's a major point for many of you, because setuping any package manager is not that hard nowadays. It's very stable and mature, rich docs, but it's slow. It's not that great at storage strategy, and I don't know if I have time to cover this thing. So remind me, please, if I have time, remind me about that later. But it's minor. Yeah. Next, the biggest competitor by far, I believe, is a PNPM package manager. PNPM, who can guess what P stands here for? Yeah. Huh? No, performant, which is quite arrogant. It's literally called performant NPM, so I wouldn't love if anyone do that to my project or something. And PNPM takes entirely different approach on these 2 properties. on this one and this one. And it's time to talk about the layout of node modules that Package Manager produces. So for that, I have a drawing. So remember two names for that. One is called hoisted layout, and the second is called non-hoisted. Once again, NPM will be talking about NPM and PNPM for now. NPM is using hoisted layout. And let's pretend you're working at Netflix project. You're doing a Netflix client-side application, and it just has two dependencies in that. It has React and it has DataFNS for date utils. Then React also has a dependency of Babel, and Babel has a dependency of a package called random, because I ran out of names, and the package called debug. And you can also see that DataFNS also depends on a package called debug. So the thing is, if you store each dependency, and if you include node modules to each of these, so you also include node modules in React and in DataFNS, you'll be effectively storing debug package twice, because you will be storing it for DataFNS and you will be storing it for React, or so to say Babel. So what NPM does is that it hoists, so it moves all the packages from the low levels to the top, and it makes them to live on one level. And by that, it brings the debug package to the top, and now it's stored as a single entity here. So both Babel and React can use them. That's one reason for that. Another reason is that if you operate on such nested spaces like this one, this is not very nested yet, but it can go lower and lower, then suddenly your operating system starts to notify that you are dumb. And it refuses to operate there. So it's kind of forced decision. Now, what PNPM does is it has that tree structure that replicates this tree. And the question is, so why doesn't it break for PNPM then? And it doesn't break for a reason, because PNPM's best feature by far is how it stores the packages you download. Once again, we've got a representation for how NPM operates, and on the right it will be PNPM. So like I mentioned, if you've got 5 different projects, in case of that drawing is 3, you will be having node modules in each of them, and if you're using React here and you're using React here, you'll be effectively downloading it in 2 places. The approach that PNPM is taking is that it has one shared memory pool somewhere near your root, and it downloads all the packages there. And then your node modules on each of your project, they just reference these by a operating system feature called symlinks. So that's just a link, just a reference to where the code actually lives. And it allows DataFNS package to be reused in Airbnb and in Netflix, for example. And it does that very nice. It does even cooler thing, which is if one of your project uses React 19, the modern one, and the second uses React 18, then the logical thing is that you have to store separately React 19 here and React 18. But PNPM seeks for files that haven't been different from going from one version to another, and it stores them in unified manner. So if, for example, README file didn't change from version 18 to version 19, it will be stored somewhere here. So it's really optimal in that regard. PNPM is very nice at storage, and that's what I've covered. It has a non-hoisted layout, and it has a global store which allows you to save a lot of memory on your machine. And PNPM is fast and space efficient because the global storage is not the only feature. It's also the upgraded algorithm of how you install packages and how you operate with them. It works just faster than in NPM. For me, that's what I got from a generation. I wanted to have a robot, not a robot, but mechanism with empty pods, and these empty pods, they kind of simulate these links to a global storage, so it's like efficient. It doesn't have solid pods in body where it doesn't need them to be. What are the cons of that? So the one con that I included, it's not default. You have to install it, yeah, and you have to go through the docs. Honestly, it's just one command, so fairly easy. And if you are operating on a shit legacy code base, then you may face issues because your code base may assume that you are using the structure of node modules which NPM is using. So to say, flat one. And by far, what I found is that the only issue that people are facing is this one. I don't know. I don't believe that. But if you've got anything like that, you can raise your hand later and tell us about it. Bun. Are there people who don't know about Bun? Can you raise your hand? Cool, not that much. Bun is a new cool kid in the town. It's not only a package manager, it's a whole ecosystem that includes JavaScript runtime, the competitor to Node.js, the package manager, the bundler, and test runner. And I won't be talking about that. I will be talking about package manager in specific. And there is not that much to say here in comparison to PNPM, for example. So Bun tries to make it as compatible as possible so you can easily migrate from NPM, which people are largely using, to Bun. So they produce the same NPM layout. But what's crazy about Bun is that the creator of Bun, Jared, is a very tech genius. And he used a language called Zig, which is a language where you allocate memory manually. And he created like very fast algorithms for resolving all the dependencies and installing them. So it's freaking fast. It's hilariously fast. It's by far that I know 50 times faster than NPM, and something like 10 times faster than PNPM if we reference the docs that they have in Bun. So the Bun is a young guy. He's agile. He has a bow and a knife. He's like fast, but some people may argue that that's a new solution. You shouldn't trust it. I had many experiences with Bun, and I can outright recommend it. So it's very, very nice set of tools. If you haven't tried it yet, so it's very good. Benching. So let's try running live benches for these. My results are a little bit different from what Bun, for example, declares on their docs. But what I've done is that I have a fairly common set of dependencies that you may have in your day-to-day job. So it's React, it's Next. I don't know what X is doing here. Yeah, you can guess that I haven't read it myself, but yeah, you can. Don't think about it. But the other tools, they are pretty common, and I see them very frequently. So what the script does, it warms up the caches. So all the caches for npm, for pnpm, and for bun, they are warmed. So there is no time for actual network installs. Let's see how it goes. What it does is that it deletes the node modules entirely, and then it installs it via npm, then via pnpm, and bun. Let's go. So what's nice about that, about live benching, is that you actually see the result because you're waiting too much time for npm to finish. It takes about 50 seconds on average, and then you see, okay, pnpm is faster, but then you see bun, and you don't have time to think about it because it's literally less than a second. This results, this is a one-time run, so the test can be better performed if you run them multiple times. Then you take a mean of that, and then you have a mean, and then you have this what's that thing called in statistic? Distribution. Yeah, you sure? Okay, thanks. But from that point, you already see that who's the winner here. All right. So I didn't cover some things. I was afraid that I won't have time for these. So many of you may operate in workspaces, or they also called monorepos. And two package managers that I mentioned, pnpm and bun, they are doing a great job in working in that direction. So they provide many APIs for you to seamlessly work with monorepos and with many packages that you have in your repository. You may check it out. So I very often work in monorepo space, and for that, I mostly like to use pnpm because it's slightly better, but bun is getting there. It's just young. Bun has unique APIs, like it allows you to analyze your dependencies. And by analyzing, I mean you can run a set of commands. So one command will tell you which of them are deprecated or outdated, which you can install, which conflicts you may have, and so on. So it also I remember that it has a command that allows you to see why this specific package is in my repository if you're interested in that stuff. So I very like that approach. And I think I forgot to change the third point, and I don't remember what was there. So let's go on. So the migration. I hope some of you who are sitting on NPM are interested in that at that point. And what I can tell is that migration of package manager is fairly easy task. I won't say it takes more than a day if you don't have a complicated setup. I was speaking to Mihail, and he told me that he had a legacy code written in Yarn, and he had troubles migrating from Yarn to another modern solution. But that's because the code was basically legacy, and they were doing some crazy stuff about Yarn log file. So just a quick one here. So migrating from npm to pnpm and bun is fairly easy. It's honestly just running the CLI tool for install. So instead of npm, you're using bun install or pnpm, and it will generate the log file that you'll need, and you're good to go. If you are planning to migrating from pnpm to bun, or I won't go that way because I was told that I'm running out of time. So I don't see the reasons for you to migrate back from pnpm to npm and from bun to npm. The thing you may face is that the migrating from npm to bun is difficult because bun uses different log file. It is binary. It is not JSON log file like npm is using, and you may have troubles with that. But once again, I saw that response from people, but I haven't faced it myself. So I think it's good. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for the talk. If you want to know more information about that, all the resources that are about the topic that I was talking about, you can scan the QR. In the QR, you can find my socials. Please follow me on GitHub. It's not that I have cool projects there yet, but I can just flex the numbers later. Thank you.
Thank you, Anton, for your presentation. We have time now for questions. If you allow me, I will have one question to you as well, because you said that PNPM is storing the packages actually in a global store, right? What if a user or a developer, sorry, would like to uninstall one of the packages? Does it go like under the hood and checks like in which repos does it appear, or it just uninstall it? Do you know how it works?
Sure. I actually, honestly, I don't know. I think what it does is that, I do think that it maintains some kind of set where it has information that, okay, this package, this project is using this package, and this project is also using that package, so don't delete it entirely. That would be a really logical thing to do, but I won't be telling that it works like that 100%. But I'm pretty sure it works like that.
You have the answer to it.
I have comments.
Sure.
So first, PNP.
Only questions or the answers to the question, please?
PNPM has a mode to emulate NPM hosting, so you can enable it if you want PNPM to act like NPM.
Yes.
And to answer Martina's question, PNPM stores all the packages in a central store and then tracks the usage. And if you can purge the store, you can clean up unused packages if none of your projects are using them anymore. But if at least one of them uses it, the package will stay in the global store.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. There is one question in behind. Please.
Have you ever tried to deploy an Amplify app with Bun?
So once again, the thing that I'm covering here is that I'm using a Bun as a package manager, not as a runtime. You can use a Node.js runtime still while installing all your packages using Bun. It's just about the speed that matters. So the speed on your CI will be boosted, but on Amplify you can still use the Node runtime, and it will be cool. You won't have any problems with that.
Can you show us again the slide with pros and cons of PNPM?
Sure.
The one with the fancy image.
This one? Oh. Yeah, just don't ask what's between his legs, okay? It doesn't work. Can someone help me?
Escape the screen.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it usually works.
You can try another slot, the top one. Okay, it works.
So, if PNPM is so great, why is it leaking yellow liquid over there?
Yeah, so exactly. That's the thing that I was. So
Shouldn't NPM leak the liquid because it's an old and wizard?
Good point. I was thinking about it. I was trying to remove that thing between his legs. I don't even want to discuss what it is. And I had troubles with that, even with the most performance image gen model, which is Nana Banana. But it had struggles with that. So I left it like it is. Why? Good question. I think so.
Are those the symlinks?
Yes, you stole my joke. So I was thinking that this thing at the bottom, these runes, it can be a global storage, and you see this is a symlink to that storage. So that would be the answer to your question.
One more question. Like according to the polls that we had in the beginning, I think a lot of people use Yarn here, and I'm curious where, on your opinion, Yarn stands in this list of package managers. I think we should compare it with PNPM, maybe because they were both introduced in the same year. Doesn't make sense to compare it with BAN because it's too young, and doesn't make sense to compare with NPM because it's too old. So just taking PNPM and Yarn, what's better?
Yeah, so I guess you're talking about Yarn Berry, yeah? No? Newer one, okay. All right, so answering that, I did some research and I didn't include Yarn, not because I didn't know what it is, but I was on purpose skipped it. First thing, it doesn't really appear in the content space right now, and people are trying to skip it as much as possible. So the only options that people are having are these three that I covered. The second thing is that I saw the numbers for the Yarn, and they are not promising. They are losing to even NPM, so NPM is both faster and more storage efficient. But then I had a conversation with Michael once again today, and he told me that the new Yarnberry, which is, I haven't heard about it, it is even faster than PNPM, so it's my bad that I didn't include it here. However, I was running out of time, and yeah, it could be that I had no time for that.
Thank you.
That was actually the last question, unless we have time, unless we have a question from the streaming. No question. Okay. Sorry, yeah, but we are running also a bit out of time. Thank you very much for your talk. Applause then. And now is the time to get the license for the JetBrains. Yeah, the best question.
Well, yeah, I cannot do the same. Okay, yeah, that's people chose it. It's not. So the winner. He's playing the game. All right. Yeah, and I cannot give it to anyone who wants it, right? So I will actually give my. No. Can I keep it? All right, so Daniel gets the present with the question about yarn. It's a good point.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
Those who got the license, please contact Chris. He will send you the codes for it. Good. Thank you very much. The next, so our next part is all about lightning talks. I would like to ask Michał from DataArt to come here on the stage with his presentation also. He's going to speak to tell us something about teaching others, right?
That's the case, yes. One, two, one, two. Okay. Can I? Okay. So, hi, good evening. My name is Mike, and tonight I want to talk a bit about Java. As we all know, they are the same language, just second of them has scripts. That's obviously a joke. However, what I want to say tonight, I believe it's quite universal among all programming languages, and I think even beyond programming itself. So for the bit of context, I'm a front-end engineer, and I've been in the industry for a few years at this point. I'm not a senior yet. However, I've managed to break production already a few times, so I'm getting a hang of it. At some point during this time, I was asked by a few of my friends whether I could help them learn programming. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. I thought that's already know the fundamentals, so there should be no problem with that. Well, I wasn't fully right, because almost till the end of my speech, I'll be talking about how wrong I was. So what teaching others taught me? Number one is that teaching others is actually harder than you may think. And it's due to the fascinating reason I had no idea about. It's that they are not me, and they don't see my thoughts. They don't share my experience. They then don't have the thing I'm talking about already associated in your mind with multiple other things. So for me to explain something, I had to kind of change my perspective a little bit and to see it a bit through their eyes to do this. And this perspective actually leads to something even more surprising, because you find gaps in your own knowledge. And I cannot even emphasize how many times while I was preparing for lessons, I found something I had no idea about, or I found something that I was doing wrong for the whole time. There is a saying that goes, if you can't explain something to someone, you don't understand it yourself. And I believe it's very true, even though it sadly means that sometimes I don't understand some things myself. Because at some point we reached the moment when I had to explain how event loop works. So naturally, for me the only logical way for me to prepare for that lesson was to watch someone else's tutorial. That's a bit of a joke. However, it's also kind of true, because when you go back to some things, you're kind of forced to fill those gaps as you have. And I believe this whole process can be summed up pretty well with an image. That we are in this together with the students. Alongside those technical skills, you also improve something, I believe, even more valuable, because you improve your communication skills significantly. And it's due to the fact that you have to explain complex topics in simple words, because you cannot really use all this jargon you would normally use, because it makes no sense, they won't understand it. So this standalone is, I think, quite useful skill in life, especially if you talk to clients on a day-to-day basis. Secondly, you improve your feedback skills also dramatically, because you have to give it quite regularly. You learn that it cannot be too harsh because you don't want someone to be discouraged, but you also learn that it has to be constructive for someone to actually grow. And word grow actually brings us to the last thing I want to say, although I think not the least important one. is that you actually help someone grow. If you share a part of your knowledge, if you share part of expertise, and if you give a bit of guidance, you may really help someone. And I mean, really, for you, it may be very small, but for someone, it may be huge. So with this whole process, you help them building confidence. They are getting better and better and better and better. And at some point, if you do it right, you let them go. Because the role of a mentor is to become redundant at some point. That's obviously a bit oversimplified, but that's kind of the essence. At least that's how I see it. And after all that, you notice one more thing. And this is a thing about yourself. Because you see that you've grown with them. And as a final thing tonight, in my speech, I want to say that seeing that you really help someone come closer to their goals and come closer to achieving the dreams is a feeling that cannot really be described and can only be felt. Thank you very much.
Michał, thank you very much for this presentation. Do you have any questions to Michał? No questions.
What is your approach to...
Sorry that people from the screen also hear it.
What is your approach to teaching people technical skills, briefly?
I remember when I was starting with someone who was say at the level 0, so there was no, let's say, no knowledge about, because I had different kind of people with different kind of levels. So I try to explain at the beginning how programming works in general, without getting into much detail of the particular language. So in general, I remember I used I think the tool called code blocks. I don't remember that. You basically you create the algorithm out of blocks, and so someone can see it. So that was the beginning, and I try to, let's say, every single step, try to make sure that they understand it. And when I saw that someone understands it on the, say, this blocks schemas, let's say, we were moving to the code itself. I don't think I have enough time to answer fully to that question. However, I try to make sure that I'm not rushing too fast, I believe.
Thank you very much again. We applause to Michał. Thank you very much. Before we go to the next lightning talk, I would like to ask you who remembers the QR code that we had for the quiz at the beginning of our meetup?
We have the new one.
Oh, we have a new one also. Yeah. Okay, so we had a quiz at the beginning. Now we have also another quiz from DataArt. Daria is preparing it. And I would like just to say some few words about what Michał said at his talk. I have also a background as a teacher, as a German teacher, so I can fully agree with Michał that when you teach people, you learn and you improve, so you help others to develop their skills. Is it a language? Is it something technical? Basically, people grow and you grow as well with them. And you can also start, if you're not teaching anyone else also technical parts, you can also start here at WarsawJS by giving here also a talk. It's also an art, a way to share your knowledge with others. Daria, the voice is yours.
Thanks a lot. So right now it's time for DataArt quiz. So please right now scan this QR code. I'm waiting for you. Okay. When you will be ready, we will start. Okay. Everyone, scan QR code. Okay, so let's start from question number 1, maybe some rules. Yeah, so you must enter your name and email address. Of course, answer the quiz questions, and remember that only one answer is correct. And besides correctness, response time also matters. So good luck, and let's start. Who joined the first? Okay. Okay, we have our team. Okay, question number 1. Do you know? You must wait a little for answer, and right now you must choose. Yep. Correct answer, not a number. Question number 2. Why is JavaScript called the language of the web? I hope you should know. You have 4 answers. You must choose one. Correct one? Answer D. Question number 3. What does this code print? I don't know, maybe. I hope you know. Michał helped me a little with questions, so he knows answer. Correct answer, B. Question number 4. Are Java and JavaScript the same, and their only difference is that second one has scripts? What do you think? Of course, B. Yeah. Next question. Okay, leaderboard, and the first place, Pavel. Pavel, where are you? Congratulations. Yeah. We will see if situations change or not. Yeah. Let's go. Question number 5. Who created JavaScript? What do you think? B, correct answer. Okay, question number 6. Which of these is true about JavaScript arrays? Eight seconds. What do you think? 2, 1. Time's up. Correct answer, of course, B. Next question, question number 7. Yeah. You are waiting for answers. 3, 2, 1. Yep. 20 people knows the answer. Question number 8. Why does JavaScript use What do you think? I hope you know the answer. Of course, correct answer is B. 21 people know. Okay, and right now you will have 2 questions about DataArt. I check if you hear my words at the beginning of the meeting. When was DataArt established? Easy. What do you think? (1997). Correct answer A. And the last question, also about DataArt. Approximately how many employees work at DataArt worldwide? Correct answer, D. So we are waiting for the winner, and the winner is Paweł. Paweł, congratulations! I invite you. Second place, Natalia. Natalia. And third place, exequo. Okay, exequo, Misha. Congratulations. Thanks a lot. That's all for myself. Thank you, and I invite you in the future for our office.
Thank you very much. That was fun, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I would like to invite Jolanta. Jola, please come here to the stage with your lightning talk. Wait a second. We are missing one thing.
Hi. Hi, are you there? How you doing? Okay. Can you hear me? Amazing. How are you doing? I am absolutely terrified.
Please don't. Please give her a hand. Yeah.
Is it working?
Almost. Just a second.
Yeah.
Yes, it's working, and
Yes,
now we get
thank
it.
you.
Yes.
So I'm absolutely
You're doing
terrified.
great.
Yes, I understood absolutely nothing from your presentations. Okay, so thank you for having me. Thank you, Piotr. Thank you, Sasha, and thank you, Paweł. We were having a fire 2 weeks ago, and we have a conversation about bringing WarsawJS to another experience, to another level of being together and gathering together. But to align ourselves with the topic, I would like to ask you for a little participation. Would you do that for me? Yes? So
Let's go for it.
So we have a little poll, and we will have to use a technology of a human hand. Okay? And I will ask you to answer a few questions. So, and it's very important, so you tune in, so we can synchronize to a little bit of different reality now. Okay, so take a little moment to think of this question. So raise your hand if, and you can close your eyes, you can go to inside of yourself. So raise your hand if you have it all figured out. And by it all figured out, I mean your life, your technology, your business, and the impact you want to have on the reality, and impact you want to have in your life. If you have it all figured out, raise your hand. Oh man, we gotta have some problems. Okay, one person, so we have a new guru. Don't leave early, okay? Okay, so raise your hand if you know what to do with your next steps in life, in your business. If you exactly know what you're gonna do this week, this month, this year, next year. Okay. 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 That's an information, right? Okay. So raise your hand if you are actually doing it. Okay, great. Now let's shift direction. Raise your hand if you have an idea that you want to work on. Okay. Raise your hand if you have an idea and you are actually working on it. Okay. Raise your hand if you have an idea and you are not working on it. Great. Raise your hand if you have no idea what to do, if you're looking for your idea. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm asking these questions because we want to propose, to propose something a little different than we are actually doing over here. We want you to take your steps to another level And coming from the thesis that it's not only about having an idea, having a technology, having a skills, but also to have a right mindset and a mind that is wired to actually execute on your ideas. And it might seem a little abstract, but we have some data to show you what is WarsawJS about the human connection. So I have a little data that we gathered with guys to tell you about what is actually going on here, because it's 12 years, yes? Piotr, don't sleep, tell me. 12 years since 2013 that we... Yeah, that we are meeting here, yes? And we've been having 7,000 people that have already joined WarsawJS in any way, that have crossed through, you know, right? That have crossed to this gathering. We have people from 116 countries, yes? Over here. And we have over 70 businesses that grown thanks to this gathering. So what we are offering you is very simple. We want to get together in a new way. We want to get together in the nature. We want to get together in a more tribal way. So we don't sit in a just in an office. We're not only shaking hands, we're not only passing each other during the conversation, but we're actually having another way of being together. So this is the fire is not an accident. So we were talking by the fire. We were thinking, okay, so we want to get people together just by chance having this conversation. And I wouldn't be together if we didn't talk 2 weeks ago. So we want to invite you for a Discord channel. And you can also have another QR code here and to join us in a new adventure. So we are planning to get us together in January next year to go to the fire, to go to the sauna, to go to the nature, to go to the ice bath and to really get to know each other. And this is actually the message. So we want to get to know you more from the human side. We want to get your ideas crossed because sometimes and many times it's just not about the technology that you have just this one technology in the world, that you have this one idea. But sometimes we just need people around that are gonna push us to get to another level, to enhance our thinking and to do something together. So this is our invitation and tell your friends, you can take a photo and share this. And we would love to do this experiment. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work.
This doesn't work?
Yeah. It's like a white border because I couldn't scan it. I mean,
yeah.
It probably works for some.
You see, I'm not a programmer.
Okay. Basically, if you go to WarsawJS Discord, there is a channel which is called Warsaw Tribe. So this QR code leads you to this channel.
Yes, thank you. So actually, that's it. Thank you so much. If you get lost in these woods of the QR codes, then just contact us and we will just find a way to, we will send you a few proposals. We will get to know how many people are interested in the first retreat of Warsaw Tribe or WarsawJS Tribe, and we will just get all the details and send you over. Thank you.
Thank you, Yola, very much. Nice.
Do I do something? The questions?
Do anyone has a question to this? No. In case, you can always reach to Yola.
Sure.
Yeah, and ask some questions. Thank you very much. Nice. So our last speaker of today's meeting, it's Marta, and I would like to invite you here on the stage. We are going to find out how to get to $11,000 in 20 hours. Nice. Please give her a hand.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Marta, and last week with my team, I won the 11 Labs hackathon and earned $11,000. So today I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much. So today I wanted to share with you how I did it so that you can do it too. So there are 5 rules that we've learned that increase your chances of winning. So the first one is actually read the rules. You can build an amazing app, but if you mess up the demo, you will lose. It will be too long. You will have to cut some things out of it, and the judges will think that your app doesn't work. So that actually happened during our first hackathon in February. So if there is a time limit for a demo, think what you can actually show in that time. Do not build more than you can show. The second rule is do not over-prepare your ideas. In our experience, the best ideas came up when we were when we had a clear mind, not prepared, nothing prepared. For example, at OpenAI hackathon, we went 1 hour before the hackathon for some ramen, and then the idea for the AI presidential debate came to our mind. Then at 11 Labs hackathon, we decided to give ourselves 2 hours to come up with some idea, and we started completely blank. The third one is do not quit. Even if you feel like you failed it, submit your demo. Actually, during our Man vs. Machine hackathon in San Francisco, we nearly quit it. We were failing, struggling with time because on this hackathon, we couldn't use AI to code. So the time pressure was really awful. But one of our teammates submitted the demo, and actually, surprisingly, we ended up second. So the fourth rule is communicate constantly. You don't have much time, and every insight, every doubt, new idea, thought is very meaningful. So communicate them right away. At Project 11 Labs hackathon, we pivoted like 3 or 4 times in this 20 hours. And because the new stuff was really, really cool. And the fifth one is actually the most important. Have fun. All those lessons come from failing and failing and failing again. Use hackathons for learning and to have fun. And the winning will finally come. So actually, here we have our winning demo that I want to share with you. I hope we'll wait.
You're running through the woods and stumble upon an old shed. The door is open. Do you go in? A gust of wind, as if helping, shuts the door behind you.
Mary, let me in. It's Yannick.
The forest plays tricks, and so do voices in the dark. Ask a question only Yannick would know.
I gave you a promise that I'd come back. And here I am.
Thank you.
That's not right. Yannick carved you a Rowan charm.
Mary, it's cold. My fingers, they won't stop trembling. Let me inside, please.
No, stay away.
Open it, or I'll come in another way. The entity has revealed its true form.
Yes. So actually, I think there is the secret rule. Use Cloud Opus 4.5 because it let us build the whole builder for creating such audio stories that you heard. Thank you very much.
Can you please turn on the lights? Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Marta. That was super great. I had actually like this goose skin, yeah, when it started. So wow.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
It works.
Do you have any questions to Marta? No. Congratulations on
you very
winning this hackathon. And all to you, just start going for the hackathons. You can win.
For sure, you can
Yeah.
win. You know the rules.
We are going slowly to our last moments of this meeting. And just a second.
Jeszcze raz musisz.
Jeszcze raz. Jak w jedną nie działa, to w drugą.
Może
A my nie potrafię.
się znowu zaczerwienie.
Please excuse us for a second. And yes, it's working. Nice. We are not going to take a break now. We would like to ask you to take a survey. As you know, we are doing our best to make our meetups the best as possible, to give you topics, to prepare it nicely and so on. We would like you to scan the QR code and just fill out this survey that we have there. It's very important for us to know your feedback so that we can improve. Maybe you have something to share with us that went really great and you would like to have it again. Maybe you have some ideas for us, what we could do. Maybe you would like to ask us for a topic for a talk, which happened also some time ago that one person wanted a specific topic. Some other people also joined that, and we gave also a talk. We found a person who was talking about type of code. Who was this? The guy. The type of RODO. He was talking about RODO. So let us know what did you liked and did not like so much about our meetup today. We're giving some time for you to fill it up. We know that it takes sometimes a bit of time to share what you have to share, what you can share with us. Yes. How many answers do we have? We have 9. 10. Can we make it up to 20? It's really a lot of value for us to know your opinion.
They are very positive. I think we can proceed.
I still see people who are filling out the survey, so just like 1-2 minutes. 12? 12, nice. $13, $14, nice. $15? Okay, I hope that we will find also 5 more, but 16, nice. 4 left, up to 20. $17, $18. 2 more. $19, 1 more. One more. Yay, we have 20. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope that some of you are going to finish the survey also later on. Oh, sorry, went a bit too much. Sorry, it was on automatic slides. I forgot to switch it off. So thank you very, very much for taking this survey. It's really very important for us to have your opinion because we want to build and provide those meetups for you so that you can learn and we can improve so that it's beneficial for all of you. With that, we would like to invite you for the next meetup, which is going to be the number 134. At the moment, we have 2 speakers. One is Siarhei, I'm sorry if I pronounce it not correctly, Siarhei Lunsky. He's going to speak about AI-powered algorithmic compositions and sound design. The next speaker is me, Martyna Skup. Let's talk about talking and presenting. The next speaker is to be announced, and it might be one of you. So I really hope that I'm going to see one of you on the stage here also at the next meetup, or maybe in the next ones. So please, if you have a topic to share, Michal also said it very nicely. If you share your knowledge, you want to teach someone else some topic, then it's the best way to do it also here on the stage. You're very, very welcome. Doesn't matter if you're a junior developer or you're a senior, you can also ask your colleagues. Maybe one of your colleagues has a very good topic and he's an expert. Ask them to come here and share his knowledge or her knowledge with us. How you can get to the meetup? So one is the tickets for the next meetup. And this is the QR code. So if you scan it, you can go for it and buy it with an early bird price. We have also other option, because this one is only for the next meetup. We have also an option for you to get a yearly ticket, which is for 1 year, basically. You can scan the code and buy it then. And I have like a very small announcement, because if you saw also the information about this meetup that is happening now, is coming slowly to the end. However, we said that we are going to choose the best Christmas or Santa hats at this meetup. I'm not counted in this content. However, we have actually 2 people who came here with really great hats. We have Michal and we have you.
You don't count me, I'm also I'm on the WarsawJS team, so...
I know, but you came also.
I do not qualify.
I know. You do. Because you did the effort, and you have also did the effort, Hilary. Yeah. There is like, we wanted to choose also, if all of you would come also with the hats, there would be like a real, like big content. However, we had only 2 people to choose from. And we chosen the one that was taken by more effort, yeah? Michał, you had like a better, like from the content side, the hat. So you're like the winner. You're getting the 2nd place. It's super great that you guys did it. Give them a hand. Applause to them. And I would like to tell all of you what you kind of missed because you didn't get the hats today. Because the first prize was, and is actually, the yearly ticket for WarsawJS. And Michał, as you're the winner of this content, we would like to give it to you. You can also pass it to someone else. Yeah? And double it. But this is also like our prize. So now you know if you would have bring your hats, you could also win this. The 2nd prize goes to Hilary, and you're getting the ticket for the next meetup. And as we know that you also have the yearly ticket, yeah, you are very welcome to give this prize to another person, whomever you wish.
Let's make a raffle. Let's make a random choice.
It's up to you. It's all up to you.
Throw your hat.
Yeah.
Throw your hat, yes. Like, yeah, that would be nice, yeah.
Grab the hat.
Yay! Nice. Great. Thank you very much. That was really nice from you. Yes, go to Sasha after the meetup. With that, I would like to thank you, all of you, and also the people who are looking at, watching us online, that you came here. It's really great that you're the part of this community, that you want to learn, that you want to share also your knowledge. So very, very big thank you that you're coming to us, that you're sharing also the information that we have WarsawJS here as well. And I would say, like, see you at the next event, next meetup in January. It's going to be again the 2nd Wednesday of the month. And by that, I would like to invite all of you also in the front so that we can have the very last group picture of this year.